Here's why Kamala Harris winning the debate is important. When Trump was asked how he would end the war between Russia and Ukraine, he was quite vague and refused to elaborate. Vice President Harris chimed in saying that Trump would give Ukraine to Putin simply because Putin would flatter him and give him gifts. She also said that Putin would eat Trump for lunch. Within 5 minutes of the debate, you start to see Trump's demeanor and posture change and express himself generally in this manner because he realized he was up against a lawyer, someone who BS'd on a professional level. Harris also stated that these dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again because they're so clear they can manipulate you with flattery and favors. When Trump was asked directly about his healthcare plan, he gave a lot of embellishing remarks but refused to provide specifics. Remember, we have waited for a healthcare plan from him for 11 years and it has still not been delivered. Trump stated about Obamacare, "I had a choice to make. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, or do I let it rot?" And I saved it. When pressed about Second Amendment rights, Kamala Harris remarked, "Tim Walz and I are gun owners. We are not taking anyone's guns away." It's a very common trope on the Republican platform that you are going to lose your guns, though under the Obama administration, gun sales reached an all-time high. In fact, by 2023, 15 to 16 million guns were still sold in this country. When it came to the U.S. withdrawal in Afghanistan, it did take place under the Biden administration, but the deal was actually worked out by Donald Trump. Unfortunately, his national security advisor even said himself it was a weak, terrible deal. Now, I am quoting Vice President Harris's words on her stance in Israel. "I say now, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters because it is also true far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed." While the Biden administration has called for restraint on how Israel has been responding to the incidents in Gaza, Donald Trump wants Israel to finish this war by any means necessary. Now, when Trump was pressed about his contributions to January 6th and the attempted insurrection, his defense was that he told the protesters to march on the Capitol peacefully and patriotically. But he failed to mention that 4 police officers died as a result of this. In response to Trump's claims about Harris being the border czar, her role on immigration under Biden was limited. It was only focused mainly on diplomacy between the leaders of other Central American countries. Harris also shot back that it was Trump who convinced the Republicans to kill the bipartisan border bill, which is true. That bill would have allowed Biden to shut the border once 4,000 encounters took place, and it would have added 1,500 more agents. Unfortunately, Trump convinced the Republican senators to withhold support. We all know the reason why, because they did not want Biden or any Democratic administration to have such a win. But 2 notable events out of the many occurred while Trump was speaking where he blatantly lied. The first was that babies could be aborted at 9 months and that executions could take place right after the babies were born. Just to make sure y'all know, there is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it is born. Former President Trump also said that the Haitian immigrants were eating cats and dogs in Ohio. That was proven to be untrue. Never before has a Democrat or Republican nominee for the most powerful office in this country and the most powerful position in the world ever made such a line of claims. What you saw Trump do in the debate will be what we are seeing during his presidency if elected. And some of you may be afraid that Kamala Harris is a Marxist because Trump says everyone knows she is one. This stems from Kamala Harris's father, Donald Harris, who is an emeritus professor at Stanford University, being a Keynesian. He joined Stanford in 1972, retired in 1998, was an economic consultant to Jamaica's government, and yes, he has made contributions to Marxist theory. Since when is someone's father a determinant of their outlook on economics? My father was an ardent Trump supporter who believed it was a dog-eat-dog world, and if you could steal to get ahead, do it. I am the exact opposite, and so are millions of other people. Harris has consistently expressed her support for capitalism, and she has the endorsement of over 80 CEOs. But either way, Kamala Harris nor Joe Biden have ever launched an insurrection against the United States. Trump, unfortunately, is guilty of that and 30 other felonies, which, of course, Vice President Harris has mentioned. Taylor Swift just endorsed her, and after the debate concluded, Trump said that it was his best debate ever. There will be millions of Americans who will believe him just because he says so. I want to leave you with this message. The Trump administration knows that they are not going to get any more new voters. They have their base, and they can get away with saying and doing whatever they want. Same with the Democrats. So the Republican Party is heavily engaged in discouraging the middle from voting, getting the idiots to think that they should not vote out of protest, or, even more destructively, getting them to vote for third-party candidates who would generally vote for a Democrat. So if you, the voter, are doing either one of those options, you have fallen into the RNC trap. I don't agree with a lot of tenets of the left, and I wish I could say that I'm impartial to this election, but I know that due process can get rid of any excess from the Democratic Party. But the Republican nominee has threatened to eliminate due process in this country, and that is something I can't be impartial against, and neither should you. My name is the Geo Hussar, and we should use the Constitution in order to change things for the better, not throw it out the window. Thanks for watching.